Lewis Taylor.
Mm,
Yeah.
I do love Louis. I always have a soft spot for him.
He's another guy, like he was like God tier in fan interaction.
Mm,
Um, and he'd remember what he'd always ask. One of his first questions to an adult would always be, "Oh, how's work going? What do you do for work?"
really?
And yeah,
Interesting.
and like he did it to me, and then remembered the next time, well, how's truck driving going or whatever. And then I'd mentioned it to a couple of other people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he does that. That's Louis. That's the country boy on him.
Oh yeah.
He wants to know what you get up to and having a like have a bit of a talk about it."
I remember there was one night at the Gabba, and it would have been, I think it was 2017. I think it was 2017. Might have even been 2016. Anyway, we got belted. I can't even remember who we play, but the club at that stage was doing these after game like player meetups,
Oh
and
yeah,
they'd pick like two guys, like different guys every game, and they'd bring them like a bunch of fans to the like some kind of I don't know, it wasn't a conference room, it was like a little dining area kind of thing, like a little bar, and you got to like they'd have a little speech, and then you get to ask them some questions, and get to take photos with them and stuff like that, and they they picked Hipwood and Taylor for this game that I went to, and it was a really bad loss. And I just felt so bad for the two of them. Like they obviously drew the short straws somehow and
yeah.
got picked, and we were just forced to go and do this. And there wasn't even that many fans that showed up. There was probably like 15 people that went. It was really I felt so bad because they got forced to do this, and then barely anyone showed up, and then no one was happy because it was such a miserable loss. But I still got a photo with both of them, and I had a quick chat to both of them. They were both really nice, but I could tell that they were both like just so ready to be anywhere else.
Yeah,
And I don't blame them.
we had a couple of those sort of things down here, and I remember that time we lost by 90 odd points to Richmond in 2018, early in the season in the wet, and
Mm.
um, they had a function upstairs. There was like probably 80, 90 people in there,
Yeah.
and we waited ages and ages. Jake Barrett, I think, might have been the emergency that day. I don't think he played, but he was there. He walked up and he was just sort of sitting in a corner by himself. And then Jared Berry sort of walked in the door about half a meter and he's looking around with this really scared look on his face, like, oh, are they going to absolutely crucify us? What's going on here? And bunch of kids, including two of mine, ran up to him and were all over him. And suddenly, like, he's smiling, he's happy, and you see him look over his shoulder and motion his head, and all the other players walked in.
No.
And it was, yeah, like, I've still got a photo of my daughter with her arm around Jared Berry, and I was like, you're a bit young, love.
I thought you were going to say that he did the Grandpa Simpson and walked in, put his hat on the rack, saw the room, and then took his hat back off the rack and walked straight back out again.
Oh, oh, I've used the GIF of that in once or twice in my life. That's
It's
gold.
a classic.
That's one of the best scenes from The Simpsons.